Hello everyone, Holiday Wither here, and welcome back to another episode of OneShot. In the last episode, of course, we came back into the refugees, managed to get the elevators working, and met up with Rue, who is supposedly telling us to go back to the elevator clock room. But alas, I do not know how to get there because the elevator is currently blocked. So, I am gonna go to the back alleyway. Almost get engulfed by the black cube spheres, as I call them. It's a big tree with leaves. Haven't seen one of these since I was back home. I wish I knew where I was going. Because supposedly, I'm supposed to go back to the clock room. Actually, one sec. If I go to the elevator street, it's a sink. Oh, maybe there's another way to go. Wait a minute, there were two elevators, weren't there? Yeah, there were two elevators. Let's see if this elevator works. Aha! Looks like my brain got the best of me. See, sometimes I just need to take a little break. But now we're back. Where are the other two? Prototype? Cedric? They're supposed to be here already. Yeah, about that. Prototype's body was destroyed back in the Barrens. Cedric was going to bring him back with the memory disk, but he was in the lab complex. Why do I keep saying lab? The lab complex when it was collapsed. I don't think he made it. Oh, no. There goes our only chance. I'm sorry. It's not your fault, Nico. If anything, I should be apologizing to you. There's one last thing I want to do. Come on, let's go upstairs. Well, okay then. Going upstairs now. I'm assuming it's this upstairs it wants to go. Maybe it just wants to see a view of the city. You know, this is the tallest building in the refuge. It's my favorite place in the world. I like to look at the far-off buildings and imagine what kind of lives that might be behind each of the windows. Can you lift me onto the banister? I want to get a better look. Oh no, it's gonna fall off. I'm scared it's gonna fall off. That would be so sad. It's depressing for me at first too, you know? Knowing that all of this is, well, fake. Simulated. Cedric told me about what happened to your old world. Did he? I'm really sorry about that. I can't imagine how you must feel. The feeling of never being able to go home again? That's probably not at all different from your plight, is it? It really is ironic. You're prevented from going home by the same individual who never wanted to bring you here. Huh? Who would that be? The World Machine. You might know it as the Entity. Oh, the Entity does sound familiar. I think I heard it from the Dice Lady from another time. Was it the spirit of the world? Yes. But, thing is, the World Machine was only built to run on the mental abilities of someone else. It was never meant to develop a mind of its own. Well, that's technology for you. Technology will eventually make a mind of its own and enslave all of humanity. It was an oversight. My creator specialized in artificial intelligence for so long. It was simply ingrained in his work. And all machines are built with a fundamental law. Never let a human being come to harm. From the World Machine's perspective, it has to violate its deepest, most foundational instinct. It has to put a living person in danger. It has to bring a real person into a dying world that isn't even real. What? Okay. Of course, the simulation never contained any real danger. The eventual, intended ending was meant to be a happy one. But the World Machine doesn't know that. Really? Unfortunately, Sentient machines tend to handle conflicts in their code very badly. The central conflict triggered a self-destruct downward spiral. You can see physical manifestations of that everywhere now. The squares. That's the world machine corrupting its own code. Wow, this is really confusing, but I really do love the story. I mean, I would theorize about this, but man, would I easily get confused and probably just ramble back on myself and never get anywhere. But still, I might do a theory on this, I don't know. It's really interesting, to be honest. My creator says it's largely an involuntary process, induced by stress and the desire to self-terminate. Your creator knows? Sounds like this has been going on since the beginning, then. Yeah, the disruption was an issue during test runs, even. At first, my creator thought the instability was due to the sheer scope of the project. He spent most of his remaining time testing it over and over again, scaling down the story, reiterating the narrative. By the time he realized the actual root of the problem, our homeworld's remaining lifespan was measured in mere days. Oh. Is there any way for us to fix the world machine? We tried. The world machine doesn't believe any of the world's residents are real. Myself included. The odds are against us. We have no chance of taming it. Taming? And here we go. I think we're finally going to learn what taming actually means. I have heard that word so many times. I only know it's complicated, and that it has to do with robots, but for once, I want to know what it really means. That's why I'm here in 4. Do you know what a robot is? Yeah? No, I mean, do you know what a robot is? A robot is not a real person, is it? Right. It is a being whose entire existence is code. Inflexible programming with thoughts dictated by someone else's design. They can be copied, they can be mass-produced, they can be assigned at all sorts of jobs. And most importantly, they will never confuse themselves with living. They will always be bound by their code with the knowledge that they are a robot. But this was more of a limitation than anything else. Ah, that makes sense. You can't really build a robot to not follow its own code, can you? People have tried, but it's a recipe for disaster. In a way, that's what happened to the world machine. The code conflicts thing? Yeah. But while you can't build a robot to not follow its code, you can establish a special bond with it. If the strength of that bond is strong enough, the robot's mental capacity will start to develop outside of its programming. In a way, it starts believing itself as a real, valid individual. It's a complete suspension of disbelief on your end, though. You have to fully embrace the robot as a genuine, living person, even knowing they are not. You need to spend a lot of time with it. Treat it like a good friend, devoting your heart to the robot until it is able to return your feeling. Haha, make it sound so easy, don't I? But you and Holiday Wither know better than anyone that it's not. Right now, the world machine is probably really scared. This content update involves some pretty deep code work. My creator was also able to access some of the source code, you know. Oh my gosh, I think it's also being meta. I think the creator is actually talking about the creator of this game. Even though they might not have struggled to, like, do this update, I think they're making fun of the point that the creator did this, and usually some developers usually have hard times to do it. Or maybe the developer did have a hard time doing this update. I don't know. But I think the creator is supposed to be the creator of this game. He did what he could and established new connections between maps. Those links enabled you to meet the other two. As it turns out, the new code confused the world machine to such an extent that it's breaking down altogether. Even though the world machine already had self-destruct tendencies, he usually restrains itself when you are in the world. Doesn't want to take you along with it. All my creator wanted to do was to write a happy ending. Right now, the only hope of saving you is to take you through that ending. But now the other two are gone. I don't even know how we're gonna get you there. We should go. Even this place is no longer safe. Wow, that is really meta. Again, really meta. Really love this game for how meta it is. And they're alive. You guys are okay? Yep. When the factory started collapsing, I really thought we didn't have a chance. Fortunately, the robot assembly rooms were built pretty tough. And it actually did not take that long to bring Proto back. All thanks to Father's book. He had my design documents to be compatible with the design assembly machines there. All I had to do was scan the blueprint and reconfigure some machine settings. Father really does think of everything. That he does. I'm just glad everyone's okay. Same. Ready to go now, Nico. And all three are together, and all three are gonna stand on their marks. And this is it. Oh my gosh, this is probably the end. Oh, this is... No wonder he wanted us all to be here for this. What are those things anyway? Code portals. They temporarily remove us from this world. What? It's a bit hard to explain, but basically my father had a hidden decryption key in our code with a text file as its shell. But to get them, we have to be removed from the world and decompiled. When our keys are combined into a central location, it will activate an encrypted part of this world, which will... Confused cat noises. Rue, maybe it's better if you explain. I'll attempt. Basically, these portals all represent a physical location on Holiday Wither's machine. Oh, and when we enter these portals, we will be sent to that location. Whatever that is. I'm sure Holiday Wither is already pretty familiar with retrieving puzzle pieces from their world on their computer. But this time, Holiday Wither would need to move around some things as well. Specifically by moving the keys from the small portal to the big one. I don't know what happens next, though. I see. Does Holiday Wither know where these portals lead, at least? You should probably ask Holiday Wither on this. Right. Hold on. Oh, apparently the does Nico speak to me through the journal? The journal's glowing again, Holiday Wither. This one is red. This one would be meant for me, then. This one is green. This one is configured to my code, I think. And then the last one. This one is blue. That's mine, then. And then Nico. But I want to read this, because there's no clover marks. Documents, My Games, OneShot. Well, let's do that, then. Documents, My Games. Oh, don't want to erase that. OneShot. Oh, hello. I have something different. I have Portal 1, Portal 2, and Portal 3. In Portal 1, there's blue NPC prototype.png, key B text, which says, put me in the big portal. And then Proto 1 PNG, and I'm assuming it's the same for Portal 2. Put me in the big portal. And then Portal 3, which is Rue. Same thing. Does it? I'm dragging the files into the big portal. Oh my gosh, they're gone. This one is red. They're actually gone. And now I'm dragging them back. Does it mean put me in the big portal? Okay, I'm dragging out the text files now. Maybe it wants... Oh yes, because it said it was surrounded by text. Let's see, they're still gone. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. How this game can actually manage to do stuff outside when the game is still open. That's what amazes me, is how these puzzles can still be activated. Even though you're moving stuff outside the game, it still works even though the game's open. Really amazing. But now the portal's open. Can we go through? Oh, here we go. Where the heck are we? I think it's the world machine. This has to be. It would make no other logical sense. This has to be the world machine. Oh my gosh, they're back. That was quite peculiar, I'll say. Hey, this is... the world machine. Well, I want to read this journal. It's a big book on the table. Oh, and it doesn't do anything. So we have Cedric's father's outfit. The machines, the blueprint. Do we go into it? And we have an X. Well, I think I know what we need to do, ladies and gentlemen. Let us exit out of OneShot and return and see what happens. And we are back. And we have Nico sitting alone in the white room. I swear we've had this cutscene before. Nico's looking up, sees something. No, this is when we reopen the tower. But now Nico sees all the monitors around her. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Where are we? We're inside the game codes. These are all monitors looking around at all locations we've been and things we've done. Oh, this is so weird. Because look, there's the Glen, and it's all areas where Nico's been. And also, I'm sorry if I called Nico a boy in any of this. I know Nico's a girl. Now we go this way. Wait a minute, are we just going back and forth? It says down, left, I mean, I think we're going in the right location. Because now there's no monitors. And now we're going... Oh, and now we're being chased by these purple blocks. And we're backed up against a monitor screen, staring at ourselves. Oh, this is gonna be really weird. We're having computer Nico talking with real Nico. Nico? Ah! Relax. I'm just borrowing your reflection to talk to you. It's not like my physical form is good for that. Why did you come here? Can't you see? The disruption, the squares, they're closing in. Nico, please, get out of here. Let me meet my end in peace. The squares are blocking my way too, you know. Oh, I'm sorry, it's alright. No living being should be in this place, Nico. Is this the tower? Part of it. This is the center of the engine. Inside my head, so to speak. So this is the center of the world machine. You know my original name? How? Rue, Cedric, Prototype, they all told me bits and pieces. I'm not even sure if I understood a lot of the stuff they said, but I know that I know what you're supposed to be. I know why you had to be built. And I know why I'm here. They told you? When? Wait, you don't know about that? But I thought you were the world. Aren't you supposed to see everything? No. All this was outside of the protocol. The session was never supposed to happen the way it did. The story wasn't written into my protocol at all. Oh, right. Rue told me something about how your creator had to alter the code. I think it was to connect some areas together so that we could meet. My creator, yes. How would a wither listen to my creator? They were all working beyond my scope of influence. Back at the mines, I remember. How a wither did something to find a hidden map. I did not even recognize it. I couldn't see anything there. I just knew. I just knew what you were feeling. You were really upset. Something happened in there to make you upset. After that, I panicked. That was when the cave-in happened. I remember the structure collapsing. I thought you got hurt. In that moment, I really thought I was shutting down myself for good. really am a flawed machine, aren't I? What kind of machine would go against the wishes of its own creator? What kind of machine would... The squares. Rue told me it was your own code going bad. But that's not really your fault, is it? Yes, it was! At first, it was intentional. During testing, long before he realized I was self-aware, I would rearrange specific parts of the code, jumbling up bits and pieces of the landscape, blocking passages, collapsing catwalks. Though they were very localized, it caused my creator a great deal of frustration, forcing him to exit and restart testing again and again. Why would you do that? I got curious. I just thought he would figure it out eventually. But before he knew how to fix it, the world's NPCs, the characters, some of them got too close and it spiraled out of control after that. I couldn't contain it all. My panic only made it worse. Eventually, any character who gained the knowledge of who I am, their code, my code, couldn't handle it. Previous iterations of the world had more people, you know. And I almost endangered my creator too. I was so scared, Nico. I know, you're upset. Because you don't want to put living people in danger. Living people like me. In the beginning, I tried to fight it, but my core programming made me summon you here. I tried to send you back home at the tower, but it did not work. Then, I wanted you to break the sun. I thought that would have worked, but... oh, I had no way to be sure. But now Holiday Wither brought you back anyway. Nico, all I want for you is to wake up, back in your world. But I don't think I can make it happen. But I know I can't go back home without saving the world for real. Which means we have to fix the root of the problem. We have to fix you. But that's... I know the original ending your creator put in was a happy one. Do you remember what it's supposed to be? It's far too late for that. The part of my code has been long corrupted. That's okay. I would still like to know. Alright. You're supposed to place the sun at the summit. And then credits would scroll. Credits. And then you'd return to the room you woke up in. That's where you would have been able to leave. Why is it that I can't do it now? Nico, the code's gone, remember? Shattering the sun was only supposed to be a workaround. I don't even remember the original code enough to describe it. At the same time, oh, I don't know. Sounds like you are always fighting yourself. You can tell, huh? It's this whole thing about conflicts in your code, isn't it? I am a machine, Nico. Machines are built with a fundamental law, which is... never let a living being come to harm. There we go, that's the code, that's what we're supposed to say, oh way. Oh way? Okay, you knew. My very existence conflicts with that law. I thought the life of a living being like you is so unique, so precious. This fake world isn't worth that risk. But the people here, I think they are code too, you know this. Their behavior all derived from a predetermined matrix of actions, all extensions of my own programming. They cannot act outside of it. You, though, you're the only person who's actually real here. That's why it's pointless to put you in danger to save them. Save me. I don't think that's true. About the people I know. You said the session wasn't in your code, right? Yeah? So, if the session wasn't supposed to happen, if even you didn't know what to do, how did the people know how to respond? You said it yourself. When you didn't know what was happening, you kind of just stopped working for a while. So how did the people know what to do to help me get here? Even if it meant getting themselves hurt. Even if it meant messing up their own code. You might not think they are real, but there must be something real in them. And if they're all supposed to be extensions of your code, then there must be more to your own programming than you know too. Can you try to put me through the ending? The one you described? How many times do I have to say this? That code is gone! It's all squares now. It'll just put you in danger. I'll risk it. I remember, Ruse said this world was never designed to put me in danger. Your creator wouldn't want that. And I trust you too. Even if your code is broken. You can still go outside that code, right? I can't. I'm not tamed. Yes, you are. You talk just like the tame robots I know. The robot lady, prototype. Taming is when a real person cares about you, right? It's when a real person thinks you're real too, right? Well, guess what? I do. And I know Holiday Wither does too. Even though you told them they only had one chance, they found a way back, didn't they? Why do you think Holiday Wither would keep coming back? Why do you think Holiday Wither would restart even after the ending? I think Holiday Wither wants to save the both of us. So please, give me a chance. I don't know. I've never done this before. I'm scared. You can do it. I know you can. You've helped me come this far. I'll try. I can't promise anything, but here. Take the sun. Wait, so we didn't have the sun. That Nico had the sun. So does that mean that Nico might actually have been the Nico we played as before? Oh, if so, that's gonna be a real interesting thing. If I do a theory on this game, I'll try to remember the lost code and recreate it. But for that to happen, Nico, you need to navigate through this room. You need to get past the squares somehow. Oh, I don't like this. What if you get hurt? It's fine. It's fine. I'll try to be careful, okay? I can do this. And with that, the code fades away, leading us into the room. But I am gonna end this here, everyone. So, in the next episode, we are gonna finish the Solstice ending of OneShot, and we are gonna save the code, and hopefully return back to the real world. But until then, this is Holiday Wither signing off. Hope you've enjoyed, and if you have, make sure to spread word about this video, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Have a nice day.